Welcome to Wild Earth. I'm Jason, and today I'm going to talk about the best video picture profile settings for the Panasonic G9. But first, if you like this video, I encourage you to subscribe so that I can make more videos like this. Let's get right into the menu. The second tab is the video menu, and on the first page you'll see an option called Photo Style. I recommend using the Cinelike D profile because it provides the most flexibility in post-production. But what about each of these options? You have the option to fine-tune contrast, sharpness, noise reduction, and saturation. Should you change these settings? Let's start out with contrast. I like to keep the contrast as low as possible at -5. You can always increase the contrast in post. However, if you use more contrast in camera and then try and reduce the contrast in post, you're going to get more noise and less detail in the shadow area as in the video on the right. And additionally, you'll have less room for the highlights. Therefore, keeping the contrast as low as possible is a good thing. There's actually another option in the menu that might help you with shadows and highlights. It's on page 2, and conveniently enough, it's called Highlight Shadow. This option actually allows you to adjust a basic tone curve for your video. You can use the front and back control wheels to change the curve. Watch what happens when I drop the highlights to -5. When I do this, you get more apparent detail as in the video on the right. This can sometimes help in very contrasty scenes. However, don't use it all the time. In scenes with less dynamic range, your video will start looking too flat. Now what about sharpness, the most important aspect of any video project? Sharpness is one variable that I don't mind turning up a little bit, and here's why. First, the sharpness applied by the camera is not very strong and it does not look unnatural to my eyes. And second, I've always found that if I set the sharpening at -5, I just sharpen in post anyway. Finally, what about noise reduction? You have to be a little careful with noise reduction because increasing it will very quickly erode details. From these three extreme crops, shot at -5, 0, and +5 noise reduction, it is clear that +5 noise reduction is a little bit too much. You should probably put it between -5 and 0 to taste, and if your video editor has noise reduction, it's usually better to use noise reduction in your video editor instead of in camera. I hope you enjoyed these tips to get the best and most flexible video from your Panasonic G9. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.